Alright, this is Andrew with Jonah Home Inspections. We are doing a sewer scope today here in Ogden. We're at 1663 Navajo Drive, and we have the camera pushed out about 84 feet to the city connection. Now we're going to pull it back and record it and see what we find. This first connection point is called the nose on. That's where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. Looks like the nose on's a little bit offset. So as I pull it back, if you look at the top of the pipe, you can see that there's a lip. That's called an offset where the pipe has shifted. Good news with this one is that the big lip is on the top and not the bottom. And so it's less likely that waste is going to get stuck on the top of the pipe. But you have another one over here. This is a good example because it shows how toilet paper or waste can get stuck on that offset, which is exactly what's happened. It's hard to know whether that will continue to get worse or whether it will hold in the place that it's at. There's a good chance it's been like that already for a lot of years. But I would find out from the seller if they've had any backups in the past or if they've ever had to have the line cleaned. That can be insightful. But it can be unpredictable what offsets cause an issue and which ones don't. I'd call that one moderate, far from the worst, but it'd be nicer if it wasn't there. This looks like gravel cement. You can see the exposed aggregate. It's kind of a rough pipe, but if you avoid putting wet wipes down the line, it can perform well. But when it is rough like that, it does tend to catch debris easier than a newer plastic line. Now we're transitioning to plastic. So it looks like part of the line might have been replaced. Feet out. Interesting. You have something feeding into the line, which on this new of a house, I wouldn't expect that to be a shared line. Not this is a brand new house, but they didn't do shared lines on this style of a home from this age generally, and so that could be a clean out. Sometimes you can request the sewer map from the city, and they might have locations of what might feed into the line or clean out. My guess is that there's an access point outside, and that's probably the clean out that we're seeing. Yeah, now we're transitioning to ABS, which is usually around where the foundation is, and so that would explain that clean out there. I didn't see it outside. A lot of times they're cut off and buried. But this is ABS. This is a plastic line. One issue with ABS inside the house is that sometimes the glued joints can have a tendency of separating and you can get leaks. But as far as a sewer material, it can work really well. I would recommend getting the insurance on this line since you do have some of the older pipe, that gravel cement that has some offsets and it's kind of rough. And that would help offset the cost if or when there's a bigger issue. I'm going to end this recording now. Well, and the other thing I'll add, you can get the insurance with HomeServe. It's one place to start. There's several companies to choose from, but HomeServe is a common one in Utah. I'm going to end this recording now.